Some of the survivors of the June 1992 Boipatong massacre and the Vaal in Gauteng have expressed mixed feelings about the passing of former IFP leader Mangosuthu Buthelezi. Some Boipatong survivors say Buthelezi decided to take the truth of the Boipatong incident to his grave. Local IFP hostel dwellers who were IFP members and supporters in conjunction with apartheid security forces were accused of orchestrating the massacre that left 45 people dead. Let's get an update. We're going to be crossing to our reporter, Canny Maphanga SABC News reporter, for more. Canny, good afternoon. Thank you for joining us at this hour. Perhaps you can give us the latest. Have you managed to find any survivors? How are they honoring or remembering his legacy, perhaps as we speak?
Well, good afternoon to you, Liesl, and to the viewers at home. Of course, I'm coming to you from the Boipatong township, which is just outside of Vereeniging, here in the province. And you may remember that on 17 June 1992, it was this specific township that was engulfed by sheer violence as a result of members affiliated to IFP who may have been construed to be trying to undermine the negotiations that were taking place at the time. Now, Liesl, we have found a couple of victims, or survivors rather, of that brutal popular violence that spilled over into the Gauteng province in the 90s. As you see, I'm going to ask my colleague to pan over to the home of May Oma here in the streets. It's written there, Muswetsa, the family there. This is one of the victims that we spoke to earlier today, Liesl, who explained on the 17th of June 1992 that she was in this very home. She is now 60 years old. And in this home, in the late evening or late night, that is when their home was invaded by these individuals affiliated with the IFP. She says that her brother was in the home with her, and she was actually 9 months pregnant at the time when her and her family had to seek shelter underneath their beds inside this home. However, her brother, who was still asleep on top of his bed, was stabbed by those members who violently entered that home. It was only once she came out of that shelter, underneath that bed rather, Liesl, she then came to find that her brother was bleeding, and by the time she had gotten to him, he was already bleeding to death, and she was unable to save his life at that time. And she's one of those people that tragically lost one of their loved ones due to the sheer violence that was engulfed into this township. And I wouldn't say that the victims or survivors are dancing on the graves of Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, but there sure isn't any love lost regarding that. Let's hear a bit about what she had to tell us earlier on the 17th of June 1992 as to what happened in that home.
Zibalekile lezinja babatswa he bathuwa batshwatla kana ko ntsegele ka tla sabeti itse na ko batswa mara ntsolla dithunya nna be ke itswa ke re ke lo batla thuso ke sa tholo go etsalang ke re mohlomong ke mona hae fe ha ke ya ka moreng ka ma ngwana we so mshimane o tla a gasa ha gasa so o bua le ngwana wa eso ngwana na gore ke fedile ke a go mama nna kana ko ke tswile ke re ke lo batla thuso ba mshimane wa ntlunya bithu ona na le koloi nako ke tswang ka dantrum ka monyako wa difestere ne di tshwatlile gartene di wele menyako e buleile o le dir makar ke hata dikotlolo di pizza gore wa utlwisisa ile upside down nako ke tswang hipo ke ena e tla hanyenyana e dimme mabone ila ba mo hawa ntate mdimo pe ke fita ka pla yona ka po ke ne ba shebane mahlong ka po ne ba ntse banna ke na nka be ba nthunyeditse strateng a fitla ntlunye ya boitriki ke ena ka fitla ka yema ke shebile le haipota e nyolwela udimo kwana so itsa ke kena mo ntlunye ya boraro ke ha kubu ke kokota ibile ne ke sa kokoti because monyako ne ibulele ke a kena ke a hweletsa ke a botsa ha ona motho a responda kanti batho ba ka mo bana ba mo ba baleile me wa tong rapaletse ka bana ba mthunitse.
Now, as you can see, the trauma is still quite visible on May Oma's face, and she's yet to heal from the scars of one of the most bloodiest and brutal moments of popular violence in the 90s. Now, of course, when reflecting on the complex legacy of Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi and hearing of his passing yesterday, May Oma chose not to dance on his grave, as I said earlier, but she did, in fact, state that he should rest in peace. Let's take a listen to what she had to say regarding how she will remember Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi.
I can't answer who go to a cool hospital. Jala Zamili Moya over the Cahos, one of the face reclaring.
Well, there you have it from Mayor Omar. It continues to be business as usual here in the Boipatong massacre, which saw many victims of that sheer violence that happened in the 90s, black on black violence, with the youngest victims, or one of the youngest victims being a 9-month-old. We'll continue to travel through this township to get some more thoughts from some of the survivors of that violence.